of the show. I hadn't watched the first season. I'd kind of just heard from guy friends who'd been watching it that that it's amazing. So it was all kind of word of mouth, and I didn't realise the pressure. And had I realised the pressure, I don't think I would have been able to land the job in the first place. So I'm happy that I was naive for the first round of the audition.
I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have given all my hours when I came into the bathroom to find this. Well, clearly I'm interrupting something. Okay, go. I have one question. Where's my leg? Doo-doo. Na 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 na. Batman. They dead. Like so dead. Like OMG dead. My mother and brother are dead.
We're here to talk about Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Exactly. All nice and dramatic.
Game of Thrones.
Are we looking forward to much more dramatic moments in the new season for you?
But, yes. I am Sparta!
Oh, shit.
You guys knew about this? You know what? That's why this is the best show of all time.
Gratifying. I like that last guy. Yeah, last guy.
Oh, baby.
Maisie, I hope you're not going to be in the shower for too long. I'm Sophie.
I'm India.
And this is our Vine.
Happy birthday, Alni! Happy birthday! I hope you have a great day.
It's falling off. Okay, this is a wonderful neck piece.
I think it is when they see, oh, there's a man and a woman in a bathtub. Let's take pictures. Now,
Yeah.
You can't.
As you do.
Yeah,
as you
of
do.
course, you want, and who couldn't blame you? But you don't want that in the theater. So what do they do?
It hasn't happened. There really hasn't been that many people taking photos of us in the tub.
They should be admonished and warned not to take photos.
They should.
Yeah.
Indeed, they should. And also, there's just no need. They could go on YouTube and see Game of Thrones, and it would be more than they would ever see in the bath.
You've been naked in the Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Sam's the daddy of that little family, and he's just hell-bent on being a better...
For example, your parents are living?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, so they've seen the Game of Thrones.
Oh, they have.
Yeah, and
yes,
what do they say?
have.
Hey, look at there. Hey, come here. Hey, look, come here. Hey, hey.
Well, no, but I tell you what, it just puts it. But when they saw the bath scene, they were like, "What's all the fuss about? Like, it's not a big deal. They've seen it all before."
Is your mother better about it than your father, or is there anything to not worry? There's nothing to worry about.
Well, yeah, A, there's nothing to worry about, and B, my mum sees it and is very cool and fine with it, and my dad just kind of avoids eye contact for the first kind of couple of hours after we've seen it, and then it's kind of, then it's fine.
Littered with arrows.
Arrows, I know. Oh no! I'm sorry, the man was riding away from me. I wasn't letting him go.
I kind of always wanted to be an actor, but when I was about 11, my parents were like, "Okay, you wanna give this a go?" And my dad works in the theatre. He's a sound designer, and so he got me in on this audition, this West End audition. So I was about 11 years old, and I was like, "Yeah, this is amazing. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna be an actor. It's gonna be great."
You had wanted to do this?
Oh yeah, for quite some time, and I was convinced it was all going to work out brilliantly, happily ever after. So I turned up to this audition and was not expecting to see 80 girls lined up outside.
Oh my God, 80 11-year-old girls who wanted the part.
Exactly, who wanted the part. And so I got into the theatre and heard for the first time Midnight. You know, midnight, not a sound on the. You know that
Midnight
song?
and the kitties are sleeping.
Yeah, the cat. No,
Is that what
the
it is?
song from the musical Cats.
Yeah, midnight and the kitties are sleeping. Downstairs by the furnace.
Clearly you're not dying because I feel like it can't only lose one Stark White. I see Zan.
Yeah, I think I am in next season.
Well, I didn't know. I had never heard that song before, and I heard it like 80 times. And so I was freaking out because I didn't have anything. So I kind of shuffled onto the stage. My dad's.
Wait a minute. This is your dad's fault. You're auditioning for a musical, and you don't have a piece to sing. Somebody.
I was pretty sure I could just go and wing it, I suppose.
What did you do?
Well, so I just desperately, in the few minutes before I walked on, was trying to remember any songs, and I was currently being taught a folk song at school called Donkey Riding.
Donkey riding.
Hey ho, away we go, riding on a donkey. Is how it goes. And so that's what I did.
And they loved it, right?
They hated it.
Oh.
No, they really. I don't think I even got through the first verse.
That's not right.
And so then they asked me for something a little more contemporary.
Yeah.
So then I quickly followed that up with a rendition of the Spice Girls, If You Want to Be My Lover.
How did that go?
Complete with a dance routine. I think they saw that out through fits of laughter. And I just remember halfway through my like Macarena type dance move, looking to my dad, and he's just got his head in his hands. Like...
Hi.
Maisie's beating.
Oh my god!
Everything.
We're treated like gods.
Literally.
I know I'm still living, but I admitted while sitting next to George that I hadn't read the books, and now I fear for my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He may become angry now that you haven't read his books, and you'll be hit by a car, which is that doesn't happen much in that realm.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
A girl came up to me in a bar the other day and said, "You look exactly like Jon Snow." And I was like, "Well, actually, I am." And she said, "No, he's much taller than you. He's much taller than you." Like, okay, you know what? I lied. I'm not.
I'm not Jon Snow.
My veins popping. It's not a great. Much better. I like your hair.
It's better.
Look at the camera.
I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
The Race of Castamere.
Oh, wow.
At our karaoke party in Iceland, this guy, what did you sing?
I don't remember.
Faith by George Michael, I remember. He was blinding.
You felt this way all day, and then they release it. It goes.
The release, and then the release.
Yes.
Oh, that was a wig, by the way.
Yeah. I was like, why are you wearing a helmet?
What does Winter is Coming mean to you?
I'm sorry, I just have really inappropriate things in my head.
I'm a little shy.
You're a little shy?
Now. But I think you could join Game of Thrones with this situation.
Thank you. I'm also a little nervous to be seated next to the House of Lannister.
How would you describe Game of Thrones to people who maybe haven't experienced it yet?
It's set in a kind of fictional medieval land with a lot of violence and a lot of very raunchy sex.
There's a lot of rumpy-pumpy.
A lot of rumpy-pumpy.
She is tough. I find some redeeming qualities in her myself, but fans some of them really hate her, and they let you know that, don't they?
Yes, they're not. I mean, I guess it's a compliment. You know, when you're buying a table and someone's like, "You that bitch off."
My name is Tywin Lannister, and I'm a kindly, benevolent father of a dysfunctional family.
I like the way you sing and when you dance with me. I don't know why.
Fucking yes. That is probably, and please don't take this away, the single poshest voice I've ever heard in my life. And even that laugh is remarkable.
After filming, forget about my dirty makeup and go to the shop. People think I'm homeless, and it's hilarious. Well, not really, it's kind of sad. Clapping with one hand. Wow.
I'm not gonna die. I'm brand of tough.
Every day is a new challenge.
I was in a department store and I was just in the lift and the lift doors opened and this woman kind of looked at me and did a double take and just said, "Khaleesi." The door was kind of closed. Thrones, and that was it. I was like, okay.
I wanted to congratulate everyone on making it through season 1 alive, which not all of your fellow cast members did. Now, with this show, do you ever worry, like, when you get the next script, this is it, like, this is where your character gets killed?
Yeah. It's just the girls. We need
Only the girls.
Don't we?
Do a lot of falling in my dress, which
Nice.
is not that funny to listen to, but to watch it's quite amusing.
Season 1, when I was covered in blood doing that scene, and I got stuck to the loo scene. No joke. I stuck myself to everything because it was sticky blood. So I stuck my knee to my knee, and then myself to the loo.
On Game of Thrones.
Yes.
This is Rose Leslie.
And this is Emilia Clarke. Would you believe it?
Thank you, guys.
Would you believe it?
Have fun.
But I was walking down the street in, it was in London actually when this happened, and I was, this guy came up to me and he was like, Khaleesi, like Mother of Dragons, please, 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 can I have a photo? And I was like, yeah, of course, oh my God, definitely. So he'd take his photo and then he was like, so what's your real name? And I was like, oh, it's Emilia. And he was like, yeah, stick with Khaleesi, it's much better.
Thanks a lot.
It's a real fun to recognise me because of the hair. And I look quite different with it.
Not always riding the horse.
Not always riding my horse. Not always getting raped either, which is no joking.
And it was seeing John Bradley's face slowly freezing, slowly turning into a block of art. It was hilarious. They kept the camera rolling just to watch it for a while. It's really mean, but it was.
That's really mean.
It's like he got icicles on his little.
Do you pretty much have all the men at your fingertips now when you meet them? They're like, oh, there she is. There's Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. And you're like, I got them. They're putty in my hand.
I think maybe if I had my dragons with me all the time, that might work. But without the wig and the dragons, it's not so.
Oh, but you know,
you can
tell them the dragons is with valet, right?
Exactly.
They're parked and they're ready to
parked my dragon outside, don't you worry.
Really good fun. It was really good fun. We got to play around with and each other.
Yes.
Which is always good.
We were just sort of being very affectionate.
Yes, exactly.
In a fashion way.
Yeah, in a styled, fashiony way.
Joffrey's a wee prick. Mummy's boy.
There's a card fighter. Oh, what the fuck is that? Starbucks? Wow, I just lost the entire country of North Ireland.
Hit it to the lefties. I think Subs is an awesome character, and I think haters should step aside, okay? Because she is gonna kill you.
What are you doing? They're running around, and they've stopped. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's running.
But he loves her. I really believe he loves her, right? You don't think she loves him? Come on, just talk.
I have a kind of strange take on it.
You have a strange take?
I think she would like to be him.
George, can we make that happen? Somehow? But there is magic in the world, so don't.
How can I meet Maisie Williams?
Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit thumbs up on this video, and then I'll give you her address.
You don't know my address?
I do.
How to choose a book from the library.
Well, I don't know what a library is, but if you're thinking about books, I recommend a website called Audible, in which you can listen to the books, and I like to do this when I'm on like the aeroplane, and my favorite series, I'm trying to think what it is.
Game.
It's got the word game in it, yes!
Game.
No, it's The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Click the first link in the description below, and you can get a 30-day free trial plus a book.
I'm done with Game of Thrones!
No, what?
Deodorant and a fan. It is very hot.
Yeah. You can spray it on your feet too. It's multi-purpose.
It works wonders.
There's a few more. Yes.
And of course, you need a cool outfit, right?
And a cool outfit.
Arveris. The man, to do a scene with him is nearly impossible without just peeing your pants. Not from laughing, but just peeing your pants. He has this thing he does where you can just pee your pants. Oh yeah, definitely Conlon. And I barely have any scenes with him, so it's so easy.
Maybe. I think so. There's a little square now.
Hey, my name is Maisie Williams and this is my ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Thank you Casper Lee and Alex Skarsgård for the nomination. I nominate Scott Hoying, Mitch Grassi and Abigail Breslin. I've always wanted to do that. Thank you. Okay, we can switch it up. Did anyone say?
I apologise for the tiny bucket that I have, but I'm in a hotel room and I just made the best of what I got. So here we go. Oh my god. I nominate Reg Solkin, Pedro Pascal, and Justin Campbell. It's cold.
I'd like to thank Conrad and Terry for nominating me, and I accept your challenge. And I'd like to nominate Theo Stevensons, Josh Frankham, and Levi John Jefford.
Sophie Turner for nominating me. I nominate Sarah Paulson, Lena Headey, and Uzo Aduba. Great. It was great.
There was a scene where he had Peter is cracking Peter up just with the way he said "a shy," and he was saying "a shy." And you couldn't do your takes because of the way he was saying it.
What's the name? By Archibald Shamalatish or whatever that book was, that scene. God.
The Mud Game.
Shamalama ding dong.
This is a question from Shauna, at Shauna AKA.
Shauna.
Oh, you know what?
What are you doing? Stop touching your tits. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's really rude. I shouldn't say the T word.
There are worse T words than
What?
you
Like
could
what?
have said. I'm not going to say them because what you have
Like
this.
Targaryen.
Is that like the only word you know from the show?
Arriving into a bunch of British actors.
You guys were really friendly, and
That's just fake.
well, you guys were good at it.
Yeah, we're good at
You can tell when people are fake here,
Mhm.
but you couldn't tell that you guys were so fake. I know that now.
Who was your favorite character?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
The direwolves in season 1 were real because I took mine home. Thank you, George. Please. Yeah, the direwolves are real, and mine was probably the worst trained dog on set. But the rest of them were really good. I mean, the trainers were fantastic. And then I think in season 2 they just enhanced them, or was it total CGI?
They're wolves. We shoot them as they're real wolves, trained wolves that are shot here as visual effects elements, and then scaled up by about 50%. We do them real wolves shot separately and then inserted with visual effects into the. And those are real dragons too. Yes.
Well, it's meant to be a secret. It's called egg language. And you put an egg before every vowel. So I love you would be egg, I like you, veggie, egu, egu. We can talk away like that and people don't quite understand. People pick it up though. I've been working with Maisie Williams quite a bit and she's got it to a T now. She can understand it all.
Tell a friend that you like their boyfriend.
You don't, bitch. No.
Don't call her a bitch. That was rude. You don't even know her.
Girl, no.
My best friend talks shit about me behind my back. What should I do? You should take the word best out of that.
And then change friend to acquaintance.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Oh, Khal Drogo, definitely.
Well, if Mr. Benioff is playing Khal Drogo, I'll play Daenerys Targaryen. Picture it.
Oh, yeah? It's hot.
Will always ask me to carry them.
People ask me to marry them on Twitter, which is really funny. I'm like, if you knew what I really was like, you would not be asking me to marry. I invented a game. This is my game. Say hello. Hiya. It's a great game. Wah, wah, wah.
And it must have been, from judging by the fashion and the sort of, look of the picture, it was from 1970. And in the picture, it was a group of elderly men all holding harmonicas. In the middle, there's a gentleman who shares my condition. He is a dwarf, and he's just sitting there smiling without a harmonica, but with like AstroTurf pants. And a big, like a dandy ascot. And he's... And I'm like, well, that's an interesting picture. And then I read the attached letter, and it's typed. So that's a little creepy, but... and it says, my father was a photographer, and I was going through his old photographs, and I came across this one. So I thought I would send it, and realized it could be, in the center, it could be no one else but the Game of Thrones Peter Dinklage. So if you do the math, I'm either immortal or, which some of us are, or I was 1 when this picture was taken.
Speaking to the heir of the Targaryen throne right now, mister.
Well, that's forward, isn't it? I was asked earlier who I thought Jon Snow's parents were, as I always am, but instead I think he's probably the love child of Brian May and Cher.
We prefer Liberator to Conqueror.
You don't have to persuade me of anything. I came to help. Daenerys Stormborn is the one who was promised. From the fire she was reborn to remake the world.
Yes.
She freed the slaves from their chains and crucified the masters of their sins.
She did indeed.
Her dragons are fire made flesh, a gift from the Lord of Light. But you've heard all of this before, haven't you? On the Long Bridge of Atlantis. The dragons purify non-believers by their thousands, burning their sins and flesh away.
Ideally, we'd avoid purifying many non-believers. The mother of the dragon has followers from many different faiths.
You want your queen to be worshipped and obeyed. And while she's gone, you want her advisors to be worshipped and obeyed.
I'd settle for obeyed.
I will summon my most eloquent priests. They will spread the word. Daenerys has been sent to lead the people against the darkness. For this war. And the great war yet to come.
That sounds excellent. A man named Stannis Baratheon was appointed as the chosen one by one of your priestesses. He too had a glorious destiny. He attacked King's Landing and was soundly defeated by the man standing beside me. Last I heard, he had been defeated again. This time at Winterfell, and this time for good. We are grateful for any support you can provide the Queen during this trying time. I suppose it's hard for a fanatic to admit a mistake. Isn't that the whole point of being a fanatic? You're always right. Everything is the Lord's will.
Everything is the Lord's will. Men and women make mistakes. Even honest servants of the Lord.
And you? An honest servant of the Lord? Why should I trust you to know any more than the priestess who counselled Stannis? My friend has a healthy skepticism of religion, but we're all loyal supporters of the Queen.
Everyone is what they are and where they are for a reason. Terrible things happen for a reason. Take what happened to you, Lord Rayner, when you were a child. If not for the mutilation by the second-rate sorcerer, you would not be here, helping the Lord's chosen bring light into this world.
As a set.
As the shoot sort of moved through, they would close off, certain corners so we could have it to ourselves and not be interrupted by the public. But what it meant was that we had these extraordinary gardens to ourselves.
And we're just incredibly grateful to the Spanish government for letting us shoot in truly one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen.
Your brother was murdered. You sit here in a water garden staring at the sky and doing nothing.
Ilaria is a hot-blooded woman, and she wants revenge. And so she returns to Dorne seeking revenge. And there we meet Oberyn's brother, the Prince of Dorne, Prince Doran.
He's very good at playing the political game.
You're not quite sure what he's going to do or not do about the death of his brother.
What will you do about his death?
I will bury him. I will mourn for him.
And then?
Doran is a real diplomat. He's someone who's trying to make peace all the time. He doesn't want to lead his country into war.
He'll be charming and mean it, but he'll be keeping something in reserve.
You haven't had to use that axe of yours in a long time.
No, my prince. Hotah, he's this mountain of a man who makes sure that I don't get into trouble.
I hope you remember how.
I remember how.
He's the right-hand man to the Prince of Dorne. His whole motto is serve, protect, and obey.
And we meet the Sand Snakes, who are 3 of Oberyn's 8 daughters.
You must choose Doran's way and peace, or my way and war.
Nim is Oberyn's middle child. Younger sister is Tyene, older sister is Abara, and we're the Sand Snakes.
We work very well as a unit and love to fight, very violent. We learned that from our father.
Tyene's the youngest one. She's the daughter of Ilaria. She knows us very well. She knows how much we want revenge.
For Oberyn.
For Oberyn. She manages to make us focus on our mission.
I play Obara Sand and I wield a spear, which is the same as Oberyn Martell. Nymeria has a whip and daggers, and Tyene has double daggers.
The first time I went to stunt training, we weren't sure who was gonna have what, so I tried out the whip, which is really, really hard and just not really right for my body and size and everything. And then I tried the daggers and I was like, oh yeah, this is my weapon.
I'd never touched a whip before then, and it's an 8-foot bull whip, the real one. I injured myself more than anyone else in those first sessions.
I've been training in the martial art of Wushu, which was the training that Pedro Pascal had as well. Even though they all have different methods or different ideals of how they'll avenge Oberyn's death, essentially it is going to be easier if they all work together.
That's another of my problems, is keeping these kids under control. I have complicated nieces.
The young man said I'd find the High Sparrow back here. Where is he?
High Sparrow? Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it?
One of the biggest roles this season is the High Sparrow, and we were incredibly excited when we heard that Jonathan Pryce might be interested in the part, and even more excited when we saw him start to work.
The High Sparrow is one of the more intriguing and fascinating characters, I think, in all of A Song of Ice and Fire, and again, one that we've been itching to get to.
I'm driven solely by faith. Yeah, I have very honest and honorable intentions in everything I do.
Which, of course, makes other people in the show distrust him even more, because they can't believe that anyone would actually be honest. Everyone's playing some kind of secret game.
Hypocrisy is a boil. Lancing a boil is never pleasant. These are bad people, and they need cleansing, as you've seen in previous seasons.
I crossed the narrow sea. I have nowhere else to go.
You have everywhere else to go.
But wait!
This season's one of the biggest in terms of new sets, and House of Black and White, where Arya spends a lot of time in Braavos, is one of those locations from the books we were always excited to get to.
And there's been loads of new sets built, specifically for Arya's storyline, which is really, really cool.
The exterior of the House in Black and White is in Dubrovnik, right on the water.